kids, I'm so glad that you have come to watch this video so we can have our Bible time together. We're going to read a story and look at some pictures. So, who knows what the Bible is? That's right, it's a book. It's a book that tells us about God and what God wants for us. Well, in the Bible is something called the law. And the law tells us what God wants, what makes God happy, and how we should act. Now, there's two commandments in the law that are most important. The one is to love God, and the other is to love your neighbor. Well, there's a story in the Bible that someone came up to Jesus and he said, "What do we have to do to live forever?" He was trying to trick Jesus. But Jesus said, "What's in the law?" And he said, "Love God and love your neighbor." But then he said, "But who's my neighbor?" So Jesus told a story. There once was a man who was traveling on a road, and some robbers came and they beat him, and they stole all his clothes and all his money, and they left him on the side of the road. Look, he's hurt, and he can't move or do anything, and they just ran away. Well, there were some people they taught the Bible, they knew about the Bible, and they said that they were serving God, but they came, and what did they do? Did they help them? No, they kept on walking, and they went away just like the robbers did. Well, that wasn't very nice. But then someone else came. Now, this man was a Samaritan, and the Jews did not like Samaritans. They didn't like to talk to them or anything. But guess what he did? He helped the man. He put him on his donkey, and he put band-aids on his wounds, and he put a blanket on him, and he took him to a place where he would be safe and taken care of. So then Jesus asked the man, he said, who was the neighbor to this man? Was it the ones who beat him, or the ones who looked at him and then just kept walking? They weren't neighbors. No, it was the Samaritan who helped him. He was the neighbor, and he was the one who did the loving thing. So, what are some ways that you can be a neighbor and love your neighbor? Everybody around you is your neighbor. If you're with them and they need help, you can help them and be a neighbor. If they're sick, you can bring them something to cheer them up, like some flowers, or you can help bring them food. Or if they need help crossing the street or something like that, you can help them. You can share food with your friends or toys with your friends. Or if one of your friends has a problem, you can try to help them. All of these are things that you can do to be a neighbor and to love your neighbor just like it says in the Bible. And that's another way that we can love God. So parents, you will get a take-home lesson emailed to you and dropped off to you. And it has a picture and the Bible story, as well as the memory verse and catechism. You will also get something that looks like this, that has all of the first 11 catechism questions and the first few memory verses, so that you can work on this at home with your kids. So that's all for today. Thanks, guys. See ya.